Let's now talk about Bandhan Bank. Their Q4 was impacted by elevated provisions. Their slippages also surged, but the asset quality improved. Chandra Shekhar Gosh, the MD and CEO of Bandhan Bank, joins us now to talk more, of course, about the business and the way forward. Mr. Gosh, good morning. I'll come to the business in a bit, but before that, I need to understand why you chose to step down so immediately from the bank itself, from the position that you hold. And also, was there no intention at all to take up any kind of non-executive role in the bank?
Thank you. I have been taken a very consciously decided to retirement of the 9th of July 2024, which is my third term as a MD and CEO. I have the plan on that. The bank is under the holding company. I like to go to this role of holding company as a strategic role and the bigger way to other vertical also.
Okay, all right. So, sir, a couple of other important points that we want to ask, and you just want to clear the air for the street. Is there an employee training program that's currently underway at Bandhan Bank? If you could give us a rough idea about the annual cost.
This is, you see, that from beginning of the organization, we are a microcredit organization. We are recruited the fresh people. We trained in our own campus, and accordingly, we are grown in the business on that. And when we become a bank, now we have the 75,000 employees. Out of that, in the 45,000 employees in a microcredit, and we have a need to continuously training and refreshers. So we have there is a training infrastructure, so that we are providing to them. But I have not in a specific, I have not the recall on that, what is the cost, and it is a part of this operational cost.
Could you clarify on this? Who heads the Bandhan Employee Welfare Trust?
There is a non-banker who are in the trust, and he was retired from the bank, and he is now under the development program, and he is heading on that. There is a couple of people is there.
Mr. Ghosh, just a quick point. Why didn't you sort of take up a non-executive role? I mean, just to kind of sort of press on that point, because we've seen other similar kind of thing happening at other banks as well, but people sort of staying on or trying to stay on in a non-executive role. Could you give us a sense?
I have not yet a plan on that. Clearly. So that I have the different views on this. The holding company is a very different structure in the banking act of the 2013, which have been given to us. So under that holding company, some other vertical also have been developed, which is different from the other private bank. So in that sense, I feel that I have the good enough time has given 23 years to build up this bank from as a microcredit organization. I have need now to bigger role play as a strategic. Other vertical also I can be contribute on that.
Okay, I think the issue or the concern, Mr. Ghosh, is that, you've been at the helm of the bank for a little over 9 years. The general tenure is about 15 years, so you didn't choose to wait for that. Neither did you choose to wait for the RBI, giving comments on your extension. So that was the fear that shareholders had about what really went wrong and how you perhaps distanced yourself from the bank at a time when it maybe needed you the most. Any comments on that?
No, there is no that such of the comments. I feel that the entrepreneur can be developed the institution, and when the institution will be like to very good way to establish everything, then entrepreneur has a need to hand over to the professional management, and he will be take the role of the strategy. For that reason, it is a cause on that, what I feel that.
Okay. I have to ask you, there are some concerns that a lot of the money from the bank was used for commercial interests of the promoter and the promoter's family. Would you want to allay any of those concerns?
No, not any money is related to any of the related family
Okay.
or the promoter. Of
So
course,
you're
there
saying,
is a big the promoter group, and of course this is an other vertical. You already know that this has been developed. But other than this, is not in anything have been done any of the way on that very transparent way, very strong governance practice, and we are running this organization.
so you're clarifying that there was no money that was used from the bank by the promoter for buying any property or any other commercial interest. Are you clarifying that to us?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ghosh, just clarify one more thing. You know, on this Bandhan Employee Welfare Trust, it's not headed by your son?
No. He's not the
It's
part
not.
of. He's not the employee of the Bandhan Bank. He's not the employee of the Bandhan.
Right,
He
but
can-
he's taking care of this welfare trust, right? The Employee Welfare Trust. And if you could clarify, Bandhan Bank, does it pay any money? I mean, if he's not part of the bank, does he get any salary by way of this?
If it is not in a employee, how it can be get the salary?
So he's not involved in Bandhan Employee Welfare Trust, right?
He is not involved in the Bandhan Bank. He is not involved in the Bandhan Group. He is not involved in the Bandhan Employee Trust. He is
Got it.
not in.
Got it. Okay. We need to clear the air, sir, for our viewers on all these fronts. So we just said, we'll push a couple of these queries to you. Could you tell us, about any communication you have received from the RBI with regard to your replacement? Because you're leaving the bank without any names going to the RBI for approval to replace you. Tell us more about this.
No, if you see that every bank have the normal procedure. Accordingly, our board have been set up a search committee, and after that they are appointed in a there is a headhunter company, and this headhunter company is going to search, and it is doing independently by this search committee. Accordingly, it is a going process in a well on that.
Okay. All right. Do you want to leave us with some indication of what the sustainable growth could be like for the bank? Now that you've moved out, there is no certainty on who's going to be at the helm anytime soon. All of this news flow has come as a surprise to shareholders. Going forward, can you give us some estimates of what the growth, what the balance sheet, the P&L could look like for the bank?
If you see that the bank started is in 9 years before, with a book size of the 9,500 crores. So after this, the nearly 9 years, bank book has come 2,60,000 crores, advance and the deposit. Out of that, 1,35,000 crores is the deposit. In this financial year, we are grown is a 25% deposit, which is the 37.1% CASA and nearly 70% is a retail. So we'll be like to grow in this line of the deposit growth. And this is the one part. Second part is an advance part. Yes, if we not count our write-off, advance growth has come 18%. I feel that we can be like to future continue in the 18% year-on-year growth of the advances.
Okay, Mr. Ghosh, since we're clearing out a lot of queries today, final question, any possibility that Bandhan Bank could be looking at some inorganic growth, either being acquired?
We have not any plan up now.
Pleasure talking to you, Mr. Ghosh. Thanks a lot for taking all our queries and clearing out a whole host of issues for our viewers as well as your investors.